This is the Mandalorians Explosion Network's after show, breaking down, discussing, and reviewing each and every episode of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. My name's Dylan Blunt. Joining me, Ashley Hodley.
Hey, Dylan, excited to be here to talk about Law and Order, Star Wars Victims Unit.
Dun dun. This week's episode was Chapter 22, Guns for Hire, directed by Bryce Howard, written by Jon Favreau. Interesting episode. I feel like it's been the most divided I've seen the internet. So let me know.
Really?
Ash.
The most divided?
The most divided I've seen the internet over this season of The Mandalorian. Yes. What did you think of this week's episode?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I kind of enjoyed it. It feels very much like a police procedural kind of. At different times, Bo-Katan's playing the good cop. At times, Jin playing the bad cop. Whether he's kicking droids around, just fucking with them. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought it was a good time. Like the slow mystery of who's behind this serious droid malfunction. I can get why people might be upset with like the blatant stunt casting in this one, but I didn't mind it. I also enjoy it, like the opening as well with the
Romeo and Juliet,
the two aliens. Like, let them be together. Like, what the fuck? Give us that short story. Where's the TV series around them? Give me the rom-com between. How did those two get together? Captain of a warship and the prince.
Yeah, prince of some planet. Yeah,
Prince Calamari. Yeah,
Calamari. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to say this. It was the best episode of the season, wasn't it? I think so. Everyone I've seen complain about this episode seems to be because it was like that doesn't do much. 90% of the episode's not moving the major plot forward, I guess. But I think this is the most fun I've had this entire season. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I call it stunt casting if you want, but I thought Lizzo and Jack Black were fucking fantastic together.
What a pairing.
Jack Black's whole like, I did it, honey. I did it personally. Like, it's just,
yeah.
I personally oversaw it. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was very funny. Christopher Lloyd was fine. Like, that was definitely stunt casting because that could have been anyone. Like,
Bryce Dallas Howard calling up Ron and like asking him to go through his Rolodex.
Like, do you want to just who do you want to be in this? So
just spin it and then see whatever name comes up.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. This planet was interesting. This whole idea that the little background story stuff happening where it seems to be that because it's being run by an ex-Imperial that the New Republic won't allow them to have certain things. And, like there's these little details like sort of spread in the background of the episode that I thought were really quite interesting.
It's really interesting that, it's a communist planet,
Yeah. Then
this is what a planet looks like when communism works.
You got a whole planet of people who aren't working, and you've got robots that are hurting and killing people, but they're like, no, we can't shut them off because then people might have to do stuff.
How many years after the Empire is it?
Yeah.
It's like 10 years after the Empire.
It's hard to say.
Hard to tell now.
Yeah,
like at the start, it was like a couple of years after. Now
I think the series started 20? 3 years after.
Yeah. So now it's like at least 50 years after the Empire fell. So a whole generation has been living with droids.
We're not up to episode 7 yet. So
okay.
Yeah. So it's probably like, I don't know, 5-6 years tops.
Well, you're like, no, we can't go back to that.
Yeah.
No one remembers what it was like to work jobs.
Yeah. Sounds horrible. Totally fair though. Then you have the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to live in this utopia where we don't have to do any work. We can follow our dreams.
They seem like good leaders, Jack Black and Lizzo, as a that whole sequence at the end where
they're constantly like, democracy, the people's spoken. We can't go against people.
Yeah.
Crazy. A world in which politicians listen to what people want.
What a concept.
Not follow their own personal agendas. Crazy.
This is a crazy concept. Yeah, but I just like it's a relatively straightforward episode. Obviously, it's just, you've got this, who's like, why are the robots that have been turned good going bad? But it's just all the little scenes I found so fun. Like the one you hinted at before where Din's just beating the shit out of that one until it like fights back.
Every single robot.
Yeah, just like kicks every single one, and then you have the other stupid droid being like, could you stop that? Like,
I mean, it feels like what are the Boston Dynamics robots? Like how they were constantly in with sticks and stuff. It definitely felt like that.
I can tell you, I've never seen. I think they're B2 or something. I know the big strong ones that run. Like, I don't think we've ever seen one of those run in any of the prequel movies. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it was very weird. It gave me kind of like, I don't know,
iRobot.
Yes, that was the film that popped in my head. Or even like Lost in Space, the Netflix one, because at least those robots could run.
It's like talking about robots that run or slow robots, zombies that run, slow zombies. It's like a very
fast robots. That's where the future is.
Fast robots. Oof.
That's the scariest future because it's possible.
Very good scare. I like the whole bit where they go into the bar and everyone stops talking.
The robot bar. That's the other thing. Cool. Everybody's been like raising the question around droids' sentience. Sentience.
Yeah.
It's like, if they know they're working all the time, like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Do they get scheduled off periods?
Apparently they do, yeah. At least
do they get paid?
No.
How are they getting that drink then?
Oh no, it's just free, I guess.
Or is it? Yeah, is it free? It's like an update thing.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about patches. It's like, what?
Yeah, I like how
vitamins in their drinks. Like,
Bo-Katan's like, "What do you order?" There's only one thing here. Everyone gets the same thing.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, no, some random firmware update or whatever's going on there. So, that whole part where they cut back to them playing their version of like crochet, bloody golf thing, croquet, yeah, and then Grogu just like puts it through because like, I'm gonna help this lady because she fed me, like just that.
He took to her very quickly. Big Lizzo fan, apparently.
Yeah, big huge Lizzo fan. Like, can I touch the baby? Can I have the baby? No, the baby doesn't like. Boom, food. Off he goes.
She is 100% that bitch that Grogu likes. Yeah,
it's true. It's very fair. So, and then it's just, this is a very wild episode, really. The fact that I then get a Christopher Lloyd ranting on it and being like basically a Count Dooku apologist.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a weird, like, random character. Like, he never did anything wrong. And then I've seen people online, right? And I'm pretty sure that's how it sounded to me too. Before he was like stunned and shut down, sounded like he was about to say, like, he was like, the line sounded like he was about to say, running around with that piece of shit Jedi Anakin. Basically, so yeah.
It's funny because Bo-Katan would have fought.
Yeah, Bo-Katan knows Anakin and knows Dooku and all these people. So she's got like a through line through everything that happens here. So so I here's the thing. This season, there's only 2 episodes left. So I guess to a degree I can understand people's complaints, like, but I often feel like if this was an 8-episode series, this episode's usually where they will have a, like in most shows, the third, like you're not going to have if you're going to have a one-off breaker before you get into the final 2. A lot of shows do break it up with a mystery of the week sort of thing at this point in the season. Yeah. I feel like it's pretty normal just to have like, let's just have a fun one before we go back to the thing. But
I mean, I think this episode is actually kind of important as it showcases Bo-Katan's skills as like a leader and an investigator in comparison to Jin. Like, she's multiple times unable to get people to do what she wants. But then on the other hand, she's able to get certain people that Jin can't. So, I mean, it's interesting. Like, not just that, just like, I guess as her as the leader, like understanding that maybe she isn't completely the best diplomat and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She didn't know how to talk to the whatever Nick Nolte was. the droid makers.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I can't remember what they're called. Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about the episode, I guess, is just the ending with her like getting everything just seemed very fast. So
well, you just challenge and then you get what you want.
But they do two things in one episode.
Quick way.
They do two things in one episode though. They tick off her getting the whole army back, and then Darksaber 2 seconds later. It's just
it was totally that instrument from that series we don't talk about anymore.
Yeah. They wrote themselves into a corner with that Darksaber thing. And I feel like they just were struggling to find a way.
No, they totally planted that at the start of this. Again, you didn't watch them beforehand.
No.
Previously on. They like specifically showed the moment where he drops the Darksaber in that cage thing. And then she cuts him in half with the Darksaber.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're going to bring this back up.
It makes sense. But just the fact that she gets the army back and the Darksaber in one episode, that's very fast. Just to boom, boom, they're two things done. All right, time to get to Mandalore, I thought we were going to get, like 2 episodes. I don't know what I thought really, I guess, but it just seems very, very fast.
Well, yes, but again, it's, I guess the timing of the season, if they had more episodes left, because next week I assume they're going to go to Mandalore and they're going to find out what's up with Moff Gideon and who's the people who've been firing, who was behind all those TIE fighters and stuff that destroyed her castle or whatever. And then the final episode will be them fighting against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that does make sense, I guess. They go straight to Mandalore next episode. But they have no reason to go, like, as far as we're aware, she doesn't, like, that's everyone that she knows of there, right? That's the whole, everyone that's,
Well,
Mercedes,
except whoever.
Mercedes Monet and whoever.
Well, yeah, it's everybody she knows, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a missed opportunity this side episode when the little Calmarian dude's like, oh, I thought you were bound by honor. It's like, yeah, we're honorable if you give us credits. Should have been honorable if you give us money.
Yeah. Wow.
But
it's funny watching that though, because you sort of view it as oh wow, this is like weird. But that's how the show started with Mando. He was a bounty hunter, obviously, when the show started, and that was his thing. He would have done
it was a mercenary,
sort of thing. So yeah,
and they didn't kill anybody.
No. I don't think it like frames them as bad guys. It just shows you, yeah. I did like the fight scene at the end. I felt like it had like a very I like the way it was shot. It just seemed very raw, like that fight scene between them. Like it seemed like it was actually shot on real location. I don't know if I'm dreaming too much, but when they were landing on the grass, it seemed real.
I mean, maybe the grass was real.
Okay.
Real grass, crazy.
Real grass. I mean, I assume the ships aren't real, but it just seemed like they were. It just seemed
they could have been partially.
Could have been, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, I feel this this would be my favorite episode of the season so far. Based on nothing other than it was very enjoyable television. Like for once, the writing's still whatever, but like as an enjoyment factor, I quite enjoyed this episode. So yeah, anything else from this episode you want to?
No, I just think the world was very interesting to look at, like all the different segments and that kind of stuff, and their chase through Cyberpunk Town. I guess it's like, and him tackling through a bar window, classic. And then I love the little police tape. This is now a crime scene. A little yellow hologram police tape. So good.
There's a lot of really cool things.
A lot of cool little things. But yeah, another great episode by Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah. I don't think she's done a bad one yet.
No. And
each season she's done a good one.
She's done four episodes of The Mandalorian. One in season 1, one in season 2, one in the Book of Boba Fett, and one in season 3.
It's true. It's
4
sad.
Mandalorian episodes.
Sad but true. I thank you for joining us on The Mandalorians. You can, of course, find this show on ExplosionNetwork.com, and you can find all of our other Star Wars podcasts on the same podcast feed, Holocron Entries. We will have an episode up shortly. We should have several episodes up. I don't know. It depends what happens playing it
Depends
by
if
ear.
there's anything to talk about.
Yeah, well, there'll be something to talk about. It depends on
But
how
not every
much.
single day.
No, well, there could be something massive every day. I don't know, Ash. Just anyway, play it by ear.
I'm setting my expectations.
Yeah, you fucking would. Star Wars Celebration is, of course, this weekend, so stay tuned. There will at least be one podcast on the feed talking about stuff that happens there. I guarantee at least one trailer or something we'll have to talk about this coming weekend. Stay tuned. Of course, it's a weird time because it's Easter break and whatever. It's just odd. But anyway,
it's good time.
Do Americans do Easter? It's a Christian holiday.
I assume so. I don't know if they if it's public holiday.
Yeah, okay. It's weird if it's not.
That's a good. I've never thought about that before.
It's just that they've timed it up weird. I'm like, did they not care about Easter? Or is that the reason they did it?
That's the reason, because everybody would have the days off.
Maybe they'll have time off anyway. Yeah,
but it's Good Friday. Like, it's a public holiday. That's weird. You have to pay public holiday rates for everybody.
Well, no, the con starts
work at the
on
convention.
Saturday.
Is there only 2 days?
It's only 2 days, I believe.
It was like a 3-day event.
No, maybe it is 3 days. Double check. Anyway, follow us on Twitter, explosionhour.com/Twitter, and of course, you can come talk to us on explosionhour.com/Discord to talk to us about Star Wars there. And until next week, I forgot to mention, old mates, we're back. We have spoken.
I told you, the droid makers.
Yeah, that's it.
They're in there. They've spoken.